hunter. To what do I owe this delight? To think that such a magnificent creature could also be a water-hoarding pest. Dragons are a complicated bunch. Agrasima, my friend. You will let me know if you are interested in more work, Ak? A marauder gang boss called Nomu broke free of custody along with the rest of his plunder buddies. It is said they wasted no time getting up to their old tricks. Prison is too kind for a pirate, so there is a bounty on Nomu's head. He and his ilk fled to the wilderness north of Nekitaka. I hope I will still find this disgusting when I am important enough to toast with the elite bounty hunters. I tell them all that the captain of your ship will always be my favorite hunter. A sea troll has been making a name for himself raiding fishing villages with his minions. They call him Tahe. That's thief to the locals. I hear the Huana hate few things more than a food stealer. Warriors fan out to catch the fiend, but so far they have no luck. Tahe can't have roamed far from his latest raid on an island southwest of Nekitaka.
My little privateer, you have news for me? Perfetto. A pirate deserves no better send-off than a watery tomb. But you did not just come to deliver good news. You came for work, Ak? You've done well for the company. My last target is Desiwa the Shark, a Rawatayan Kasita who we suspect of intimidating service ships. Gelarde. The Siwa sails the Dao Blacktip in the waters south of Sayuka.
You call this fine Ediran mead? I call it unfit for pigs. Welcome back. Governor Alvari will see you.
Ah, good, you're back. I hope you had a pleasant voyage. Ah, before you get too far on the way, I think you ought to come with me. Director Castol will want to hear from you in person.
Alvari tells me you were kind enough to look into this business on Pococahara for us. I hope you bring good news. Incredible. You see? What fortune you had to find a watcher, Alvari. An Adra vein of that size will go a long way. We need only send a ship.
Assuming we can replace the people we lost. I notice Beza is not with you. Did you find any sign of the expedition?
A sorry end for such dedicated individuals. How very fortunate that you lived to tell their tale. I believe I can take things from here, Alvari. Agrasima. The Watcher and I have more business to discuss. Oh, and do pay the man for his trouble first. I thought it best I speak with you face to face. Watchers are not so numerous here in the Deadfire, especially those of such storied backgrounds as yourself. I'd read much about your exploits alongside the Crucible Knights in Defiance Bay. Their little experiments. And I think that we are, each of us, in a position to offer each other something that we cannot find elsewhere. The Valiant Trading Company has had a presence on this island for nearly a century now. We have the greatest fleet on the seas, the support of the richest men and women in the world. What can the Royal Deadfire Company offer? A soldier's wages, so that you can elevate the fortunes of a distant king? And the Queen? A place in the Kahanga tribe among all the rest of these neglected people. You've lived outside the caste system all these years. Are you eager to return to it? I can give you money, fame, certainly. But the men and women of the company, we set our aims high. And if I only wanted to offer you work as an Adra inspector, I would have let Alvari deal with you. The Valiant Trading Company has maintained an outpost here in Nekataka for nearly a century now. It was only 2 years ago that we discovered the effects of Luminous Adra with the aid of our animancers and several watchers. Flaune Alette has continued to study the potential of Luminous Adra in all manner of advances. Why content ourselves to sell all this Adra as a luxury when we might use it to change the world? But of course you understand all of this. Alette sent word of your involvement in her latest experiment. A very dramatic first attempt, I hear. Though, Alette has a tendency to gloss over details. But, I want to hear it from you. How did it go? You'll put the priest into a frenzy with talk like that. Communion with the gods is their business. A near-death experience does little to recommend Alette's efforts. I am glad you are in one piece, Watcher. We are in the early days of Alette's research. Flawed as this outing was, there is promise there. This is only the start, you know. The very dawn of a new age of discovery. But just imagine. Imagine if we could transport goods and people more quickly than any vessel or horse. Cure every kind of ailment. Perhaps cure disease altogether. We'll extend our lifespans by decades, maybe even centuries one day. This has all been the work of a single outpost. I want there to be a dozen outposts, 100. Animancers working together to better our lives. Look at what we have left behind. Old Valia is a battlefield at constant war with itself. But the republics have risen from that past. We can rise farther still. And in doing so, we will raise all of Aorta with us.
Perfetto!
Yes, but achievable, I think. I may not live to see it, but I will see the groundwork done. But I've said enough. Too much, I think. There will be more experiments to come. Until then, I have a more grounded task I need assistance with. Nothing that should put your spirit in any danger. Nekataka sees its share of smuggling. I doubt that would surprise anyone. But we've learned of a particular exchange that will have more dire effects than a few spoiled Hawana peasants. There is a Royal Deadfire Company official by the name of Quarno who has been meeting in secret with one of the Principi. I do not believe he works with the approval of his masters. He meets with a Captain Tola, a known pirate and smuggler. I hope I don't have to tell you that an alliance between a crooked royal official and the Principi is not the kind of trouble any of us need. I have a woman, Britza, waiting in the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The smugglers do business there, and she has kept an eye on things. I promise to send assistance. Find her, and she will tell you what she knows. It may surprise you, but the Royal Spy Master and I are not on very good speaking terms. I prefer to handle these matters internally. You provide a good opportunity. Of course, best to go in prepared. The discipline of the royal officers isn't really what any of this is about. I'm more concerned about the pirates. In this particular case, the companies share an enemy. A fine Valian woman. Steady temperament. Good sense. The bathhouse sees an enormous number of patrons every day. It is a useful place to have a set of eyes and ears on hand. Only that Tola is a captain of middling repute and some small ambition. I expect she feels that a partnership with Quarno will give her an edge. Britza will know more. Excellent. Meeting you has been a stroke of luck, Watcher. I'll await your report.
Welcome back, welcome back. How might I assist you? I could not have hoped for a better partner in this endeavor. Your well-deserved pay, of course. Why stop here? We're making good headway, and you've certainly proven yourself. I'm sending you far out west this time, past Port Mage, past the Wakara Reef, and even the Kangati Islands. Nobody's been out that way in ages. All manner of dark stories. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'll be waiting.
Holds his grimoire like a clumsy initiate.
If you require directions to Bakana's observatory, look to your sextant. You did you? That does rather defeat the purpose of absolution. So be it. Follow me down to the scrying pool.
I have never seen anyone brood as forcefully as your bird woman.
Yes?
Ever wonder what happened to your old pets, Watcher?
Please, enjoy the baths.
I don't see the point of this. We're just gonna get dirty again when we go back outside.
The wheel has ground you all to dust. Only I will remain.
Hail again, fellow bather.
Huh? Hmm?
My friend, you returned. If you require anything at all, you need only ask. Ah, the new attendant. I believe she's cleaning one of the rooms upstairs. What can I do for you?
You and I, we have a mutual friend, do we not? Good, good. A Royal Deadfire operative, Quarno, and his Principi associate Tola will meet tonight to discuss the details of a business arrangement. They have bought out the entire first floor for privacy's sake. Even Gunnar, their proprietor, will excuse himself. Only bathhouse attendants will be allowed to remain to ensure their comfort. You understand? He is a snake in the body of a man. Though he is supposedly the Royal Deadfire Company's man, he always seems to be working some deal on the side. Tola is fond of drink, and her tongue flaps loosely when she has had too much of it. I will disguise you as a bathhouse attendant, so you might observe their meeting. With luck and some cunning, you may be able to discover the details of their special arrangement. You will not be able to take your gear, but do not worry. Should the situation get out of hand, there will be a stash of weapons hidden in one of the changing booths. But I am sure it will not come to that. I have had dealings with Tolar in the past, and I am certain she will recognize me. Hence why I have requested assistance from Director Castle, though it pains me to do so. They will not believe you an attendant if you carry a blade. But do not fear. I would not throw you to the wolves. Remember, should you have need of them, there is a stash of weapons in one of the changing booths. Gelarde! Then you will take your disguise, and I shall take your equipment, Ak. Take this rice wine as well. Perhaps you will find use of it, eh?
What timing? Lounging in all this water's making me thirsty. You seem familiar. Do I know you? Or is it the wine that makes me think so? It's probably the wine. Flatterer. I'm no queen of Nekataka, but I do alright. I captain a ship for the Principi, and the big grouchy guy back there, Quano, works for the Royal Deadfire Company. Sometimes, when he's not doing stuff on the sides. Doing stuff like selling me cannons. That's what we're celebrating. Did I mention that? Has anyone ever told you you're great? Because you are really great. You should ditch this stupid bathhouse. Join my crew. I just got a bunch of fancy new cannons from Quano. We'll be the terrors of the Deadfire. It'll be fun. I'm gonna blow up some Valian trading company ships and take their luminous Ardra. But shh, shh, shh. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret. My large friend and I are celebrating a business transaction. But I can't say anymore. No, I've already had too much. That's because I am. I'm no queen of Neketaka, but I do all doing stuff like...
If I grow hungry or thirsty, I will call for you. Until such a time, leave me in peace. What reason does an attendant have to speak with me? I see. What do you wish to know? I manage munitions, cannons, gunpowder, and the like. What do you wish to know? Captain Tola is a creature of the Principe, though a minor one at best. In truth, her status matters little to me, for she has the coin to purchase enough munitions to outfit an entire fleet. What do you wish to know? Find me a man who does not appreciate a fleet of cannons at his command, and I will show you a fool. The Principe appreciate cannons more than most, and they know when to turn them toward Valian Trading Company ships to get what they want. And some ships, let us say, they are ripe for the plucking. What do you wish to know?
Why? How does one possess the time to collect this many fish?
Thank you again. The Harapo epic is in the right hands at last.
Remember, a pet is a great responsibility. Akira.
What say, Hunter? So it has. She was like a greased pyre in her day, slipping between hands that never grasped her for long. Nothing lasts forever. Good work, Hunter. My contacts hiss of Flamewalker Vesali, a Naga shaman with a venomous tongue. During a conflict between clans, Vesali lured a rival leader into an ambush under the guise of truce. Her snake brethren want her snuffed out. She is rumored to be near the territory she claimed in the eastern parts of the Kawa'orukuhu island chain. Ask away, Hunter.
The belly of the great eel roars with hunger. Akira, and the seas grow quiet while Tangaloa grows fat on outsider meat. The great eel swims toward Rafik, the Redbeard, but the Principe captain outpaces even the gods. Rafik sinks Wana's ships for joy and plunder. This cannot stand. Tangaloa relishes any good meal, but I say justice makes for a savory dish. You served up a mighty feast, and the great eel's belly swells, for a time. Until it hungers again, Barati's work is done.
Huh?
To feed the gods is sacred work. Barati gives thanks.
Sure.
I... Why are you carrying so many eggs? Surely they will spoil.
On it.
Welcome back. Please, go ahead. I have the utmost respect for Director Castell. He made his fortune of peculiar little investments as a younger man. Our investors must have sensed their kindred spirit, no? I think the pressures of leadership are starting to wear on him, poor man. Very well. Anything else?
You have only delayed your death.
You know, I wish you'd been around a year back. We would have left the Royal Deadfire Company in the dust. Now then, did you have a reason for coming by? Belfetto, what did you discover? Deverus? That is worse than I suspected. Please, explain. Spare me no details. Madiko, our convoy routes are meant to be a well-guarded secret. I might as well have sent the Principe a letter. An interesting scheme. Fortunate that you were able to get wind of it. That is enough to work with. Agrissima. I do believe I'm going to ruin Quarno's day. Belfetto, Watcher. Already our partnership proves fruitful. You've been a great assistance to us in the city, I hear. A great many glowing reports. Now then, did you have a reason for coming by? I'll answer what I can, of course. There's a great deal to talk about, and I assume you don't want a history lesson. Was there something specific you wanted to know? It was established in 2708, after the Deadfire's wealth of resources became apparent. The first of the company's directors, Farah Batteret, was granted authority to gather those resources in the name of the Valian Republics. There was no Kahanga tribe of note then, really. No Queen Onakaza, to be sure. Our chief competitors at the time were the Adirans. Much as with the Deerwood, the Empire couldn't maintain a foothold. We didn't discover the properties of Luminous Adra until a couple of years ago, but the company's successes in the region predate that by quite some time. It was established in 2708, after the Deadfire's wealth of resources became apparent. The first of the company's directors, Farah Batteret, was granted authority to gather those resources in the name of the Valian Republics. There was no Kahanga tribe of note then, really. We didn't discover the properties of Luminous Adra until a couple of years ago, but the company's successes in the region predate that by quite some time. Chiefly Luminous Adra. There are various mining interests among the investors as well, but the Luminous Adra trade has taken priority. But the company has also funded advancements in the field of animancy. The Deadfire holds numerous Nguithan ruins. And unlike the Deerwood's Glenfathens, the Huana take no great offense if we go digging through the past. Oh, relations with the Huana have been peaceful for the most part. Onakaza's work uniting the tribes has certainly made negotiations more feasible. A few outlying tribes are still openly hostile towards us. As for the Royal Deadfire Company, I think it's safe to say we are competitors. Whatever plans they have for the Deadfire, our outposts seem to be in the way. The pity of it is that under friendlier circumstances, we might have appreciated Rawatai's support against the Principe. As it stands, they sink our ships as often as the pirates. Yes? I'll answer what I can, of course. Flaune Alette is my main point of contact, to be honest. Apart from a few special appointments, she selected her own assistants. A talented group to a one. I find them painfully young at times. Alette has always been a firebrand. She rubbed a few people the wrong way back in the Republics, which gave me the opportunity to offer her a place here, on an island paradise. Yes. I've never had the best of luck explaining. It's easier to say it's the future and leave it to the imagination. Everything the Luminous Adra powder can do, the rejuvenating effects, the energy, is no more than a pleasant side effect for the shareholders. But the truth is, this research could propel us ahead decades. We tangle with the fabric of the soul. Imagine, If we could better ourselves as easily as we mend a battered hull, if we could transport ourselves leagues and leagues away in a moment. It's the potential of the thing. I wish everyone could see it. The people, they are pleasant enough, very welcoming. Superstitious, of course, ignorant of a lot of what occurs beyond their territory. That said, Neketaka is certainly beautiful, isn't it? Ak, I much prefer to be posted here than some little fishing village. And the Queen certainly strikes an impressive figure. There are a great many legends about her. I suspect a few are even true. Me? I suppose that's fair. I know a great deal about you, after all. I've worked for the company a long time. Before that, I managed the family business. A merchant, you might say. I like to think I have a good eye for talent. Talent and opportunity. That's all any venture needs. I suppose it caught the Songreta Mia Compressor's attention. I was assigned here. No. The Songreta, it has free rein in such matters. That I was appointed director means that they had faith I would be the most effective choice. It is an honor one does not refuse. So nothing too interesting, I'm afraid. Unless you have an interest in Valian law. Alvari? Appointed by the council, that one. To be honest, I know very little about her. Certainly a competent woman when it comes to short-term goals. There are rumors she started out on a ship, a deckhand if you believe it. Quite the climb from humble beginnings. Now then, was there something you needed?
Hey, Shodi. Those dreams of yours, they still getting to you?
I can deal with the dreams, for better or worse. What makes me sweat is the not knowing. What happens when I stand face to face with my god, and he reveals what he intends for me? What if it's not as I thought?
Yeah, I've had thoughts like that for a long time. Except now I'm worried about what he intends for the world.
Whatever it might be, at least we'll face it together.
My favorite privateer, clear skies. Then let us content ourselves that some small corner of the archipelago is safe from Valian excess. Our work is unfinished, privateer. Are you ready to hunt anew? Captain, your final target is Burunga, a Hawana captain of many seasons. She is known for bending nature to her will and pursuing her foes with relentless fury. Burunga commands the Dao Puger's Tooth, which braves the turbulent waters of the Afachina Channel, far to the northeast of Nekataka.
What do you reckon you did to earn Helia's chime? 'Cause it sure wasn't from potential for this life.
None of us did anything to deserve a chime. Do not be naive. It is hardly a gift.
The Ranga Nui leads us, but he represents all of Rautai.
Then must he put his name on everything? Prize share is simpler.
Did you...
You look like you've come with a purpose. Hazatoa. Atsura and I usually have Atsura's good at mis...
It's impossible to cheat at Hazatoa.
He acts
Clear
like he's gonna
skies.
do one thing, then he does something else.
It's a trading post, of course. Rauatai, the Valiant, we learned the value of defending our goods and ships. How do you mean that? It comes from years of practice. It's the only way I've learned to beat Karanui at Hazatoa. That explains the rumors the Valians are scaling up in Queen's Birth. I'd hoped you would stop them. Nevertheless, I'm more interested in reports the storms around the islands have cleared. What do you know of this? Even if this isn't the outcome we'd wanted for Poco Kahara, your observation is infinitely more valuable. Take this, and remember it the next time we call on you. We'd long suspected something unnatural was behind the storms, but we had little evidence. Yes. If the storms that assail Rawatai have a similarly unnatural origin, then perhaps they too can be stopped. And if that's the case, then there's more work to be done. Work that you might be able to help with. After all, somebody has to keep the peace in these tumultuous times, no? In any case, Hazanui Karu has a matter that could use your help. Her office is on the main floor behind the large double doors. It's most conspicuous.
That's called strategy. And don't you work for Atsura?
I've got it.
Atsura tells me you tamed the storms of Poco Kahara. Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Andra's mortar. That's the spirit. Rautai's storms have made us who we are as a nation. Hardy, driven, inventive. But they've also held us back. Forced our people to seek resources and livelihoods far from our homes and families. Imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms. And one that will improve the lives of many. The storms there cannot be natural. Not when they are so ferocious, so constant. And your exploits at Poco Kahara suggest that something else may be behind them. But enough of that for now. There's an understatement. The trouble in Hosango forced us to send additional ships back to Rawatai to make up for shortfalls. And storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here. We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka. We've contracted with a captain named Widla. Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development of some special projects there. She's one of the brightest minds in Rawatai, and it shows. You two will get along. Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer. It'll be easier for Okaya to explain. Good sailors with a fast ship and no mind for questions. Along with half the population of this storm-tossed archipelago. I understand you're cozy with the Principe. I've got no love for pirates, but that connection may serve you well here. Let's just say, I'm not keen to invite them to a port where we're developing experimental technologies. Any other questions? Widla's agreed to meet our courier out at sea, away from the heaviest traffic. This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her. Fleet Master Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo. This is the kind of job that's best completed quickly and quietly. I'm counting on your famous discretion. Clear skies.
Where are the walls? The artillery?
The Huana have a paradise, yet they do not protect it. In
So scary!
Candles and bombs.
Hunter, do you come to serve your coin bond? Your coin bond has muffled a killing song. Excellent work. We are not finished. Your bond is needed again, and if your purse has room, we may help each other. Ikorno, a wizard of great cunning, slays Mataru warriors in single combat. Some accuse him of being an agent of Rawatai. They have forged a coin bond to see him killed. Ikorno pages through his grimoire in the central aisles of the Kua Orakuhu chain.
The elf.